The sun rose over Bikini Bottom, casting its warm glow over the quiet town. The Krusty Krab, usually bustling with early morning customers, stood eerily silent. Inside, the usual aroma of frying Krabby Patties was absent, replaced by an unsettling stillness. SpongeBob SquarePants arrived at the Krusty Krab, excited to start another day flipping patties. As he opened the front door, he noticed something was wrong. The restaurant was dark, and a cold draft blew through the usually warm kitchen. SpongeBob's heart pounded in his chest as he called out, "Mr. Krabs, are you here?" There was no answer. SpongeBob made his way to the kitchen, his footsteps echoing in the empty space. His eyes widened in horror when he saw Mr. Krabs lying on the floor, motionless. A metal spatula, smeared with a dark substance, lay beside him. SpongeBob rushed to his boss's side, shaking him gently. "Mr. Krabs, wake up." But Mr. Krabs didn't move. Panic set in, and SpongeBob ran to call for help. Within minutes, the Bikini Bottom police arrived, led by Officer Nancy. They cordoned off the area and began their investigation. SpongeBob was inconsolable, sitting on the curb outside, tears streaming down his face. Who could have done this, he wondered aloud. As the investigation proceeded, suspicions began to swirl. Evidence seemed to point in an unexpected direction. Fingerprints on the spatula, the only apparent weapon, matched those of SpongeBob himself. Officer Nancy approached him with a grave expression. "SpongeBob SquarePants, you're under arrest for the murder of Eugene Krabs." The news spread like wildfire through Bikini Bottom. Friends and neighbors were shocked. SpongeBob, the kindest, most cheerful sponge in town, accused of such a heinous crime. It seemed impossible. The trial began, and the courtroom was packed with familiar faces. Sandy Cheeks, Patrick Star, and Squidward Tentacles were all present, each grappling with disbelief. The prosecutor painted a damning picture of SpongeBob, suggesting a motive rooted in a recent argument about wages. The defense, led by Sandy, argued that SpongeBob would never harm a soul, let alone his beloved boss. Witness after witness took the stand. Plankton, Mr. Krabs' longtime rival, was brought in for questioning. His testimony was slippery, full of innuendo but no concrete evidence. The courtroom buzzed with tension as SpongeBob took the stand in his own defense. His voice trembled as he recounted the events of that fateful morning, maintaining his innocence. In a dramatic twist, new evidence came to light. Security footage from the Chum Bucket showed Plankton sneaking into the Krusty Krab the night before Mr. Krabs' death. Further investigation revealed that Plankton had planted the spatula to frame SpongeBob, hoping to eliminate his competition and take over the Krabby Patty recipe once and for all. The jury deliberated, and after what felt like an eternity, they returned with a verdict. Not guilty. SpongeBob was free, but the loss of Mr. Krabs weighed heavily on his heart. The Krusty Krab reopened under new management, with SpongeBob honoring his boss's memory by continuing to make the best Krabby Patties in Bikini Bottom. Though justice had been served, the town would never forget the day they almost lost their favorite fry cook to a terrible misunderstanding. And SpongeBob would always remember Mr. Krabs, not just as a boss, but as a friend and mentor who believed in him until the very end.